and welcome back to Beaver Talks. I'd like to say a thank you very much to all the listeners, subscribers. You know you're always going to be appreciated, and you know you're always going to tune in because we're chatting absolute shite. To be honest, this is the only man that I wouldn't fucking chat shite with. My very own personal therapist. How are we, Stevo, lad?
Good, brother, how are you?
I'm very, very good. Not drinking tonight, no?
Nah, off it tonight.
Off it tonight, but yeah, that's it, lad.
Needs to be sober to speak to you.
Yeah, exactly, that's the reason why he's my therapist. So, Stevo, how did you start travelling then? What was the reason for coming to Australia?
To be honest, when I was younger, I always wanted to travel, and I was never going to be one of them people who just went off on my own. So when I got a bit older, didn't think it was going to happen, and then one day we got home from Ibiza when we went for your birthday.
Yeah, that was a fucking unbelievable one.
Got home from there, and then next minute in the group chat, Charlie's just put anyone want to come to us, and without thinking about it, I just said yeah. And that was it.
That's it.
Obviously, I found out later you and Gal's already been speaking about it while using in Ibiza and that, so fucking worked out perfect for us, didn't it?
I know, that's what I mean, lad. I was meant to go the week before me, weren't I? I mean, the year before. So what happened? I was meant to go at like the last Christmas, obviously the one before, and then next thing you know, I went to Charlie's cousin Danny's fucking on the races and that. So obviously when we were going, we were like that, yes, Sam, we fucking, I'll have it boxed the day after it. Because this isn't like Haydock races or somewhere mad like this. This was like October time. So I had like fucking 2 months to get my visa sorted and all that. I had the 27th of December. That was my day I was going, you know me, like I'll have it dead set. I might have 50 plans and do one, but this is the one plan that was actually going to happen. So and then I've looked at it and thought, yes, and I've got one of my mates' birds, Lauren's going to do my visa for me. So I was like, all right, sound. Next thing you know, I'll go to the races. All them are loving their fucking the VIP lifestyle and that, like for tables, fucking this, that and the other, bottles of champagne and that, thinking fucking we've made it, you know what I mean? Next thing you know, like fucking, obviously we went to the races and that, we're going into town, going to like fucking mansion, like 53 and all that, like at the time, like fucking getting tables and that there, like fucking, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then next thing you know, obviously, like we kept on going, we've ended up going back to the Nine Brat's brother's house and that. We went there and that fucking ended up staying there till all hours, and then next thing you know, it was just only like me, Charlie and Ned, and like fucking obviously Ned, I'd only met him a few times before, like, you know what I mean? So it was just like, yeah, fuck it, come back to ours and that. Then we ran on the mad one, the three of us and that. Next thing you know, I've kept on going upstairs, getting upstairs, I've been that fucked that I'll be forgetting what I was actually going up there for. I was only going for the phone charger for Ned and that. Next thing you know, I've breached me living room door, haven't I, lad? Fucking absolute fucked out in my head. I've fucking slipped over a fucking bottle. My telly's just been there on it. I've slipped. I've absolutely backhanded the fucking telly, haven't I? Lad, Roger Federer would have been proud, lad, you know what I mean? For absolutely tombstoned it, lad, fucking. Next thing you know, Ned's there, me and Charlie are laughing our heads off because Charlie knows what I'm like, fucking. Ned's there, just trying to pick up the telly. He was like, lad, are you taking that piss here, lad? I didn't do it. We're just laughing our heads off, just like, lad, that telly's finished anyway. Oh my God. Rough waking up in the morning, woke up in the morning, yeah. I've come downstairs because my mum and dad had been away that night. I've walked downstairs, yeah. As I've come downstairs, seen the telly a bit fucked. Come down in my boxies and my shirts and that. Thinking, where's the bacon dons? Didn't realise fucking my mum and dad were my mum and dad were there and the telly was there. Me being a fucking dickhead, didn't I? Went, oh yeah, how come the telly's sunk? Oh my God, worst thing that I could have said. Yeah, I've thrown tickets at it, fucking the slippers at me to say, you're fucking paying for this and that. Oh my God, I got stung with it, fucking. The telly and the races set me back fucking some dough as well. You know, as you can imagine, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Fucking, I was just like that, oh. So I had a bit of money there left, but it was just like, I don't want to force going into it this year when I can actually properly save the next year. Yeah. So I had
right in the end,
100%, like fucking, I had a few things that I wanted to do, like snowbombing. I've always wanted to do that, and then fucking went to Lost and Found in Malta. So obviously I've always wanted to do like fucking snowbombing. Yeah. So that was the first reason why I went to actually Ibiza, like fucking, all the boys let me down, and then fucking a month or two before the actual festival. And then I saved up the money, and then I thought, you know what, fuck this. I'm never waiting for no one again. You know what I mean? Because plain and simple. Because at the end of the day, even when you go on these travels, when you go on your solo travels or anything like that, you will meet who you're meant to meet.
Yeah, that's it.
Like, everyone's got to that stage in their life where they meet people, and like fucking, like I fully believe, like fucking, you'll meet people at the right time.
100%.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, so fucking, obviously that's where I was coming from. It was just like, yeah. So any time I wanted to do something now, I would just book it.
Yeah.
Get one person, normally it's Charlie, because Charlie only takes one look in the eyes and went, Charlie, what if me and you look on this? Like, yeah, I've always wanted to do that. I was like, yeah, book it now, you shit house. Yeah, you say, I'm not a shit house, and then we'll have that like little sort of thing. Alright then, 10 minutes later, it's all booked out, you know what I mean? And they're the best people to be around, like, because they're the people that you'll do the most with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fucking being skint in the process.
Many times.
Yeah, that's it, lad. We got to the Sydney, didn't we? And fuck me, lad. First time a hostel life, lad. Oh, how rough was that West End?
I told myself I'd never stay in a hostel after that.
I know. By the way, I'm not
talking. Last hostel.
Yeah. By the way, I'm not talking about the West End and Ibiza. That's also rough. But fuck me, this made that look like this made that look like fucking Syria. It was fucking heavy, man. So I've got in. Obviously, I've been on crutches because I've had had a big massive gash in me. Like, I couldn't even fucking walk on that. About 30 stitches in it. I'm on crutches up and down in Sydney and that. Doing the fucking Coogee to Bondi walk and that. Sweating the absolute box off. Next thing you know, fucking struggling to do that. We fucking checked into this hotel, haven't we? The West End Hotel. Wow. Oh my God, it was like something that Gordon Ramsay would go and fucking investigate, weren't it? We'd put that blue night vision thing, lad, and they'd be come all over the seats, lad. Fucking hell, it was worse than that, lad. What was it like, lad?
Our faces when we walked in, oh my God, I've never been so distraught.
I know that. I know the word.
You was loving it.
Nah, but obviously I'm on crutches. I'm just... how many K's that fucking Bondi to Coogee, lad?
Don't get me wrong, we walked miles and then we was walking around the city to sort all our bank and that way.
Yeah.
And then just the stuff that no one tells you have to sort out when you first get to us. And then,
like your bank, your phone.
Yeah, we've all checked in and then 5 of us are in this one room together and it's like...
Lad, there ain't even enough space for everyone. I was spooning gal at the bottom bunk and that, like, fucking, you know what I mean? There's a bunk bed over there that looked like fucking Del Dobak's just set it up, you know what I mean? Collapse at any moment, lad.
So then we bounced in this room and then you was fucked, weren't you? So you just got right in the bed.
Yeah, nah.
And then... it was me, Nolan, Charlie and Gal all just went, we can't stay in here, so we walked out, went out for the day just for a few hours just to like try and get our minds off it.
I was in the sheets with siesta time.
And then while we were out, we were all saying to each other how we couldn't stay in this gaff. We're going to have to tell Beaver when we get back. We've already paid for a week, but fuck it, we're just going to have to leave.
Yeah.
And then so we bounced in the room. You're a proper spoon in the pillows.
I'm spooning this pillow, yeah. And then next thing you know, these are bounced in. Just like, you're going to have to talk to them, because obviously I'm the voice of anyone's group anyway. If anything needs sorting out, like, fucking I'll go and do it. Like that, I was just like, nah, it's sad in there. Next thing you know, one of you just said, what's that on the bed? Next thing you know, there's been some fucking period blood or something that's stained on these sheets. I'm next to it like, oh, what the fuck is that?
That's the most you've ever moved.
Yeah, that fucking, hey, even on one leg. And half a foot, lad, now just like, fucking hell, lad, I'd do a marathon away from this gaff. Had to bounce down, lad, and then we ended up moving to fucking the Coogee one. Coogee,
right,
yeah, that is some spot, lad.
Yeah, it's mad the difference from the city down to Coogee, like.
Yeah, 100%, like, fucking, because I think if anyone lives in, like, fucking Sydney, I think the perks of having, like, living in, like, that sort of city life is living in a place like Ramwick, Coogee, Bondi.
You get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, because you get the beach life, which what you should be living if you come to a place like Australia, or the city life. But like fucking, people just get trapped into that city life just because the simple fact they see it as home, but not living with the man there. So they have that taste of freedom. But we're really like anywhere in Australia and that though. Like you get that taste of freedom anywhere that you actually go though, don't you?
100%.
Like if you, like I think like, because proper Australia for me is Northern Queensland and fucking like Northern Territory or like top of the West Coast.
Yeah.
Like that's proper like fucking, because that down this fucking South part, like all the way to Sydney, down to Melbourne, down to fucking Tassie, even Perth gets hot like, but fucking, even all them, they're all just fucking winter ones, aren't they, lad? Fucking, I didn't realise how much it rained fucking over here, lad. Fucking, lad, I didn't even pack a coat. Like.
I remember when we were staying in Bramwick, and then we went to the coaches, and the bouncer was telling us how it was the worst summer ever, so we'd been it with fucking COVID happened by then, no?
Nah,
that was later, wasn't it? Being it with fucking fires. COVID that happened at you because we were in Bramwick then. So then we...
Oh yeah, it did like, but fucking...
And then, so we get it with bushfires, the fucking COVID. And then get it with the worst summer ever.
That's what I mean. But like, when we first landed there though, lad, it was just like, none of this fucking Coogee, Bondi, Sunrise, fucking any of that palaver, lad. Fuck me, lad. We didn't have fucking that. I didn't see. I come to Australia, didn't see the sun for a month. Fucking, you know what I mean? And I thought that, oh, fuck me, lad. That's borderline racism, isn't it? I thought it was on there all the time, like fucking, you know what I mean? Like it was terrible, like fucking, you know what I mean? But like after we was in Sydney for a bit, because obviously we were drinking loads at fucking when we wasn't them first 3 weeks. Yeah. We were drinking loads out because we spent. Yeah, 100%. And then we were like, shit, where do we need to go? Yeah, like fucking, we was meant to go to Cairns, but we ended up in Bundaberg. Whose fault was that? It was fucking Defo, yeah. Stevo was like, fuck that Cairns, we can get Bundaberg.
No.
You love the Bundaberg, you lad.
No chance you couldn't organise anything. You've got left over as usual.
Yeah, exactly. We ended up in Bundaberg.
Do you remember when me, Nolan and Gal left for Bundaberg, and then you and Charlie were going like 2 days after, and then you booked Charlie and fucking an Airbnb, and because King's Cross is in Sydney, you was looking at King's Cross.
That was in the Sydney one, lad.
You nearly booked the King's Cross in London.
The Sydney one, like, so just before we left, I was just like, yeah, boys, I booked this gaff now, it's fucking half cheap and that. Fucking, as well, it's like a proper hotel, and we're thinking, yeah, this is nice. So obviously I typed in King's Cross, forgetting that there's one in London, innit? I had to fucking book the gaff in fucking London. Because that's what Australia's all about, though, Australia.
What, going back to London?
No. We're not all that lucky. Nah, Australia though, everywhere that's named in Australia, they've got something back home, you know what I mean?
There's an Everton Park in Queensland.
Yeah, it's fuck off, it's lad, there's a St. Helens in Tasmania, lad. And lad, you know what? It's actually nice. Oh yeah, normally you pick a little shit place and you just go, yeah, that smells like a St. Helens that. Yeah, we call it there.
You got 6 toes in
that. Yeah, well, saying that, I've never done in Tassie has anyway, don't you? Sounds about right, lad. So we went up to Bundaberg though, haven't we, lads? No, our farm, that was some experience, that though.
Maddox experience of your life. Yeah. Hardest and best experience of your life.
Yeah, like, cause when you think about it, like, when you do farm work and that, lad, it's just like, it tests your fucking vitamins and minerals, doesn't it? Like, fucking, when you're doing it, lad, there's some people who have it nice, drive a tractor all day, lad. There's some people who, lad, fucking, you were working a night digger crew, weren't you?
12 hours on a fucking doing sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes? What was you actually doing on the...
So we were on this, like, the fella was driving a tractor, and then you're on, like, this machine where the sweet potatoes come up.
On, like, a conveyor belt, isn't it?
Yeah, on a conveyor belt, yeah. So for 12 hours straight, you're just going up and down these rows, and you're just grabbing the sweet potatoes as quick as you can. And then the farmers are just horrible, so they're just shouting at you.
Fucking gobshites, aren't they, lad?
But then that was the problem, because after, on that job, I hated it, and then I said to the woman who runs the hostel, like, I can't do this no more. And then she was like, so you quit? And I said, whatever, like, I'm not doing that because it's shit, I'm not here to do that.
Yeah, 100%.
And then that was one of the reasons me and Charlie ended up leaving in the end, because she stopped just giving us work, so we had no choice. Yeah,
like, because through that farm, it's like, if you quit on one job in that farm, you can either get stitched up with like the hard jobs, or you could get a job like weeding. But even when you're weeding on the farm and that, like, all the farmers don't let you speak to other people and that, like, it's mad. Seeing work, like, obviously, yeah, 100%, lad, 88 Days a Slave, lad, fucking like that film. Fuck me, lad, it is heavy, like, you know what I mean? Like, when, obviously, people are just coming in and like, no, you can't talk to each other. So what, you want me to stand in the middle of the fucking field?
You can't even be quiet for 5 minutes, then 8 hours.
Every day I was getting the last one, and you can't talk, and you got kicked off. It's just like, this is not gonna work, lad. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like, you're running around of fucking workers, and I know I'm chatting shite all day, lad. Walking down the field, picking fucking, what games did we used to play? We used to play all mad games, like, like alphabet games, you know, like fucking, I don't know, like fucking like a country. You gotta pick like A, like Afghanistan, like fucking Albania. Playing all mad games like this, you're just thinking, how the fuck am I surviving here? Like fucking, I'm playing games where I play with me man in the car, like, going to fucking Cornwall, just so I wouldn't go fucking AWOL, lad, fucking, you know what I mean? Obviously keep me mind off it, just like, fucking hell, how the fuck are you 25? Or are you 25? Am I actually alive?
Just living in a simulation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Simulation farm work. Me, Pikey Beaver, fucking stepping up to it. Yeah, you got starved from work though, didn't you?
Yeah, and then like once you stop getting work, obviously you're not getting paid, so like what else are you meant to do? You just have to end up moving in the end.
I know, lad.
It's just shit because you make all these mates and then next minute you're just fucking off.
I know, and plus the fact though, lad, you stuck there like a sore thumb now, aren't you, lad? Yeah. Fucking, you're there and you're just like fucking, oh yeah, I'm not getting paid. Like I was on there, lad, I was working on a fucking eggplant farm as well. Sweet potato and eggplant farm. My mate is snoozed. Yeah, and that. Somebody else crop that out. Yeah, lad, I was working on a fucking eggplant farm, lad. My first day getting to Bundaberg, yeah. We had work starting like fucking the day after. Because we got there for Australia Day, didn't we? Yeah, we got there for Australia Day, lad, fucking. And as we did, like fucking, we had the party there and we just thought, yeah, this hostel's shine, you know what I mean? You'd be able to get rowdy here every night and that. But lad, fucking hell, lad, the one who ran the hostel, lad, she was a neo-Nazi here, lad.
Most horrible woman I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, she was horrible there. Yeah. She's on the fucking perks with fucking Hitler there, lad. Because lad, she hated me, lad, because obviously, lad, it's takeover time every time I get in anywhere, lad, fucking. Never mind if I get in the hostel, lad, full of people who were fucking sound as fuck, you know what I mean? Yeah. Obviously, who can bounce off. But a few lad people in there, didn't we, like Alex and that fucking niece and that lad, fucking, we had a good little fucking click in there, Katie, when she come. Yeah, so fucking, obviously, like, fucking, she hated me. And when she didn't give a fuck about anyway, like, fucking, as long as I'm there, not giving her an excuse to fucking get legged, fucking happy days, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, lad, fucking, so, moving on, lad, fucking Townsville.
That was another mad one, so me and Charlie ended up just booking a flight to Townsville. Yeah, we saw that it could count towards our 88 days, just going to work in construction there, and then me and him just got a flight there, got in a hostel, and there was like 4 of us living there, like in the whole place, and then we were walking around Townsville City, and there's just like no one there at all.
Ghost town.
Proper ghost town, like hardly anything open or
You just got there like the day before fucking Elton John was there, lad.
While we were in the air, Elton John was on there.
The only thing that's happened in Townsville for the first fucking 120 years of their existence, Elton John's come to town. Next thing you know, you fucking miss it.
We should have just packed our bags there and then.
Like 100%, that's a big kick in the dick, lad. With Elton's big stilettos on, lad. Elton John, what a fucking hero. I think that's the reason why I'm called Daniel, lad. Fucking. Daniel, you're my brother. There's no other one because I forgot the words. My man always used to sing it to me, you know.
And then when we got there, I was just there a few days, and then I was just thinking, wow, this is not for me, this. And then obviously Cahill got kicked out of the first hostel, didn't he? So we moved to another one in Bundaberg.
Pissing in the fridge. Oh, for good reason, like.
So then I was thinking, like, my only option really is to either go home or go back to Bundy because I didn't know anyone else. And then I thought, but in farm work, I just told myself, I'm seeing the year out in Australia just to see what happens. Like, I'm not
100%, lad. You put yourself through that fucking slavery, lad. You're fucking definitely doing that year, lad. 100%.
So I ended up just fucking getting off, fucking staying back to Bundaberg the next week. Like, just chilled in an hostel for a week and then came back and just landed at a different hostel.
Nah, 100% though, lad. But fucking, I think that was the actual best thing for you, lad. Because when you actually come to like fucking Australia and that, lad, And you can see like signs like fucking like I'd only ever been out with you on the weekends and that, and you're either Stevo laughing and all that, drinking. Change man now, like. Nah, but like fucking you was though, lad. Every day you were like fucking happy and all that, having a laugh. But like you don't see the real side if you see someone just on the weekends and that. Like you only see the sides of them.
What's going on, really.
Yeah, 100%, lad. Fucking and lad, I seen it first hand. Like fucking when you actually come to Sydney and that. I was like, that's a Charlie, fuck me. Fuck living with this Stevo, yeah. Having arguments and that with you, where I'd be winding you up and you'd be snapping at me like you've never snapped at me before, though, like, you know what I mean? I'm like,
it's just because
I'm only joking, Stevo.
Because in the past, when I have suffered with like depression and anxiety, like I got the depression sorted, and I ended up like going to counselling and everything for it, and then I thought the anxiety was all sorted, and then it mostly was, but then as I got to Australia and went sort of like, I've always been the person who was always organised, and then if someone was just out of touch by a little tiny bit, say we were stressing about where we were living in Sydney or we were booking into the West End, then I'd be fucking, I'd just like switch out of nowhere. Like, and that's just not the real me at all.
100%, lad.
So it's just like, and then after you flip, you just feel like proper embarrassed. You're like, like these are all fucking think I'm a cunt.
People don't see this, they see that side to it though, love, fucking, you know what I mean?
And then once I moved, and then I had to go to an hostel on my own, which I'd never thought to do in my whole life, and then I'd have to meet people and fucking speak to people who I never thought. Like I just started changing, like
you evolve, lad. That's what I'd say, lad. I'm not saying you're a Pokemon or nothing, lad, but like, you evolved as a person, though, lad, and fucking, because when you do get put in there, because I think anything in life, lad, if you get put in that in the deep end, and like you take the step, lad, 100% it is though, lad. If you take a foot into the unknown, lad, like you will know, like fucking shit, what should I do now? And then in that moment, you'll live off your reactions, and then that's how you grow as a person. Because at the end of the day in this life, it's all about experiences and like what you are going to be in like as a person, and like fucking slowly but surely. That's why they always say like old people are wise, like, because they've lived through their experiences, and like fucking 100%, like fucking with all that. I think with you going to that fucking Federal hostel, where you just
Thank
fuck for that. Hopefully it's all a Bundaberg after that.
3 weeks after I left, the whole place burned down, and then it was mad because like it was all wooden, but it was a grade 1 building, so they couldn't touch it. And then I remember getting back, and I was speaking to one of my mates, Liam, and I remember speaking to him while I was on the veranda part and saying, looking around, thinking, said to him, if this goes on fire, like, this is fucked.
It's came over, isn't it?
And then it ended up doing it, like, fucking 3 weeks later.
Nah, it's crazy, that, love, because at the end of the day, like, fucking, when you're out in, like, the outback sort of thing, like, because it is, lad, it's one of them cities, or, well, one of them towns where you just think, fuck me, tumbleweeds will be fucking...
Just make people shout and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, lad, little bogans over there, like, don't know what a bogan is, well, fuck me. They're just like, oh, yeah, can fuck, what the fuck you doing, can fuck, yeah, fuck.
Like 2 teeth and mullets, and they drink coke instead of water, and like, 35-degree heating with it rather than working.
100%, they're just fucking, some of them that you meet, they're fucking sound, but like, that's like, the Oz version, they're just like saying, oh yeah, fucking hell, he's a scumbag, and the bogans, but like oh yeah, I'm a fucking bogan and fucking proud, huh? Like, that's what I mean, I'm a fucking swing with fucking Lordias. After 2 VBs, they think they're fucking on top of the world. By the way, a VB is a fucking Stella with a fucking hoodie on. It is though, innit? Nah, but like fucking, obviously, you had that time away in that Federal and that, like fucking, you started going places, you started mingling with people that you'd never normally, like, you know what I mean, like fucking, and then obviously, like fucking, when we come back, because me and Charlie went down to, stayed in Townsville, ended up doing the East Coast all the way down, see Mark and the kids and that, and then we end up coming all the way down to Sydney and that, and then I remember meeting you. And then next thing you know, it was just like that fucking, like when we met back up, we had that party in ours, didn't we?
Yeah.
Absolutely smashed the gaff up. And act politely, just in case the Airbnb's watching it. Nah, it was a shit show, fucking hell, lad, fucking, everything was just fucking sideways in that gaff. We tried to go back down the next day, but just didn't end up fucking trying. And then used to was staying in fucking...
that was another horrible gaffer.
Never stayed in a fucking hostel again. But wow, the fucking gaff that he went to, fucking hell. Him and Gal, there was bigger cockroaches for Gal. Cockroaches 5 foot fucking 8.
And Gal shit scared the cockroaches.
That he's scared of his own shadow. Remember that time in fucking that other hostel? With the moths. Yeah. So I've been there, like obviously. These can't cook for shite at this time, lad. You learn how to cook on your own, because that's the standard way. So I was cooking them all like minty lamb chops and that. Next thing you know, lad, fucking, I've been shouting, I've been cooking in this fucking like hostel kitchen, haven't I? Boys, the scran's done. None of them are coming down, lad. Next thing you know, lad, I've come up because I've been thinking, what, lad, am I going to eat all these fucking lamb chops on my own or what? Cheeky cunts making me cook and that fucking next thing you know, none of them are there. Thinking, oh my God, I'm not going to give this away, yeah. I've come back up, lad, next thing you know, lad, they're having murder with fucking major cockatoos in the fucking bed. The cockatoos kept on trying to fucking come into the room. I was just like, boys, you're being serious here, you know what? And that, I ended up just saying, well...
We've never seen one in our life before.
Yeah,
we had about 4 in our winter time to get in.
Yeah, no, it was just like a cockatoo is basically a blonde parrot. Like, with a little spunk head at the top. I tried to get in like fucking sick birds, hey, but fuck them up, minty lamb chops on the table. Fucking wasted about them now, I was fucking cooking it, you know what I mean? Next thing you know, lad, fucking there's we've been up there, haven't we, lad, fucking after we've had a scran and that, next thing you know, lad, this moth, fucking hell, lad, just having a moth or a bat. It was fucking massive. So we've come in and we've been like, fucking hell, as hard as this, fucking. Like that, next thing you know, we find out fucking Gal's fucking phobia is moths. And all the things in the world, fucking lion, tigers, spiders, fucking think a moth. Moth can't even hear you.
You snake as a pet.
Fuck off to the
Scared of moths.
Yeah. Oh, you're probably got him, lad. Snake as a pet, lad. Yeah, lad, it was fucking hilarious, that. Yeah, lad, next thing you know, like, fucking... we were talking about, like, oh, fucking hell, lad. You the moth, man, then next thing you know, I realised, he told me, oh, yeah, I'm fucking shit scared of moths, this moth come in. Every 2 minutes, and I was just like, there's the moth. He'd be running out the room doing the... Lad, he'd be doing the backs with me, lad. He'd be straight down them doors, I figured any more minty lamb chops left. Nah, but after petrol though, lad, fuck me. Obviously, we come back to Sydney, and then after that gaff, we were looking for a gaff together and that, and then obviously, when I first come to like Sydney and that, I was like that to Charlie, like fucking... Fuck me, I don't know whether I can live with Stevo, because obviously...
saying the same thing about you.
Yeah, 100% though, I'd be winding you up and then you just bite and everything, lad. Remember one time, lad, I had like this fucking, like one of them night helmets on, and I'd be running into the hostel rooms and that, fucking scared, and everyone was asleep. Fuck, I didn't even scare him, I scared Nolan across the side of the room, and... He that in his face, and then fucking, next thing you know, he's like... Get the fuck out! Get the fuck out! She's like, it's my room, you cheeky goods! And it's about 11 o'clock in the morning!
Probably took it out though.
Yeah, I did. Steve, I'm on me again. My dad's come travelling with me. Nah, but like fucking, when we actually decided to get a gaff, like fucking, you seen it even when you got into the gaff, like how much you changed from leaving us. And how much that time on your own, like, you developed as a person. Like, you weren't fucking just saying, yeah, to fucking nights out and then fucking... Which obviously, I'm still struggling to do. I don't think I'm going to evolve in that way anytime soon anyway. Not even when I get a missus. She's always on the missing list. Nah, but like, even when you're like coming in, like, obviously, I showed you how to cook a little bit, didn't I, when during farm work and that? Because obviously you're fucking hopeless, weren't you? Got on the farm one day, next thing you know, I'll be robbing all fucking... Because obviously sweet potatoes, Like, you want to see the size of some of them, like, fucking, do you want to see the Asda, Tesco's, Woolly or Coles? Don't you buy this big? These fucking sweet potatoes are like the same size as rugby balls, you know what I mean? But about this big, weren't they? So I just used to get them down me fucking top and that fucking, it's like that. Well, we ain't gonna plug them, was I? But I get them down me top and that, like, in my bag, just like, yeah, I'll cook scran tonight, sweet potatoes, and then we'll buy like a meat and that.
Sweet potatoes every night, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like fucking, obviously, I'll be cooking for them and that. Everyone be like that. Sweet potatoes, how could you eat that if we're on the sweet potato farm? How could you look at that in the eye? For one, potatoes don't have a fucking eye for a start. And for two, they are actually nice. Think about it. I'm not going to Woolies and paying for them when I can rob it for free. And we ain't going to rob the Woolies there for the sweet potatoes when I'm on the farm. Yeah, lad, but fucking obviously I'll be cooking all fucking scrans for them. Because obviously, lad, modern warfare, that lad, fucking, when you're in the kitchen, lad, there's got about 3 stoves to the names, lad, to about fucking 120 heads. Be like that, elbows up. Fuck Jamie Oliver and more of a fucking Gordon Ramsay anyway. Get them cunts out of the way. Be cooking them scrans and that, and then next thing you know, one day I was just like, right, I'm having a day off. You just gonna cook me fajitas.
Most simple scran.
Yeah. Like one of the days, lad, I'm sat there, lad, fucking thinking, time away from the kitchen, because I love cooking for people, lad. If people are having a decent scran, lad, I'm happy doing it, you know what I mean? Next thing you know, lad, the 4 of them come at me, arguing. It was like 2 on 2, weren't it? How'd you cut peppers? how'd you cut the peppers, lad? And I was just like, what do you mean? It doesn't matter. He was like, yeah. But we're cutting it that way, and they're cutting it that way.
I can't remember this, I'm going to have to see some evidence.
Yeah, lad, I was sat there just thinking, are you being fucking serious? Yeah. One day off and you're snagging over peppers, just do them both ways. Lad, yeah, fucking. But like, obviously, when we actually got, because we ended up getting the fucking 305. Hey, some guy.
Never forget the 305.
Fuck Pitbull, this is the Mr. 305 worldwide. We are the 305. Let me tell ya. Mother Baldy had a few times if the Pitbull wants anything. We've ended up getting this gaff right. It was in like a Walker Street, so it was in a good location where it's like next to Coogee Beach, but also not too far to get it like a tram into town. Like, you know what I mean? So as it is, we've rented an house, haven't we? And fucking we're just like, obviously we've seen that you changed. Gal obviously being the same spaceman. So obviously, me, him and Gal, Charlie, we've all got this gaff, unfurnished and that. So we just like that. We went, unfurnished, and we got into this gaff just like, we're gonna have to fucking make do with this. So we walked in, and it was just like, if there's 4 of us, there's 1 red room at the living room. Walked outside. There was like a big fucking shed, an ensuite shed outside with deck and like
fucking... What have we renamed it? The gal shed?
Yeah. Get to that now, and then there's 2 bedrooms at the top. And obviously, him and Charlie was like, can't sleep them other rooms. Obviously, I'm the one who fucking, if we are going to have a party or anything like that, I'm going to be the last one up, aren't I?
Yeah,
so obviously you got to...
I might have changed at this point, but definitely won't live next to the living room, mate.
Yeah, so next thing you know, we were rolling like that, and then straight away, the bed picking and like fucking saying about like, the beds and that, and everyone was thinking at the back of their head, well, me, Steve and Charlie, just thinking, oh my God, who's getting that room here? Gal just goes... that back room's my one. I was just like,
I remember the story because then Gal came up to me and went, we're going to have to do, I think you and Charlie came up to me and said, we're going to have to draw short straws or something here, and I said, well listen, let's just try and speak about it and see if we can agree. And then next minute, that's when Gal comes bouncing.
Gal says, see that gaff outside, lad? That's mine now. I mean, like...
We go in.
You see, lad, how come? And then he goes, it's the girl shed, got together. It's the girl shed, baby. I mean, like...
We all ended up... We all ended up doing the dance because we were that happy that he...
Yeah, exactly. And then there was obviously 3 beds, and then I've just looked at him and thought, These cunts were on the fucking millionaire mindsets, weren't they? In bed by 7 o'clock. If I know, no, in bed by yeah, fucking hell, man. Yeah, but don't see sunset, so you've lost the night. No, but usually like on that stage when you're like fucking millionaire mindsets, I was just like, right, but he's gonna be going to bed at like fucking 8 o'clock, and when waking up at like fucking 4 o'clock in the morning. Fuck that right up. I'm just like, yeah, I'll take one for the team. I'll have that living room, and you're not telling me to go to sleep at any time. That's what Sydney's about, don't it? Sydney's like fucking back home a bit, like fucking. That's why I think that a lot of people get like very, very comfortable there, like fucking. You know what I mean? Because it is easy to get stuck there.
Yeah, easy.
Like fucking. Because Sydney's a sick place. That's why I'd always say in this podcast, and like I'd always tell you anyway. Go to Sydney, go to Melbourne, go to Perth, go to Brisbane, enjoy it there, but don't get stuck there.
No.
Go and see a little bit of Australia, because like obviously the outback parts of Australia, that's where you meet the maddest cunts that you'll ever meet in your life, you know what I mean? Like fucking, it is great there, but wow, 305, what a fucking gaff that was.
Sickest gaff ever, wasn't
it? Yeah, lad, but also the shittest gaff ever. You know what I mean? Like fucking, for what were you paying on it? It was fucking rusty as fuck, like a two bedroom in a fucking house. That turned into a 4-bedroom just because of fucking bed in there, like, you know what I mean?
What's the gaff though? Everyone loved it, didn't they? Everyone
oh, yeah, like, 100%, like fucking, as soon as you know that gal getting the decks on that fucking ironing board, yeah, you know we're having it, like, you know what I mean? Like, fucking, obviously Sydney's one of them type of gaffs as well, like, it hasn't really gotten that much like nightlife that never when we were there. So you just go day drinking and then you're like, where are we gonna go? It's like, oh, it's not even a question anymore, is it? It's just for the old five.
Everyone knew.
yeah. Like, we'd have people randomers coming up and that, like, you know what I mean? Like, fucking saying enough that.
That Christmas, man.
Oh, that Christmas, hey, fuck me. That would probably like the 2 Christmas that I've had here, unbelievable, because they were unbelievable in 2 different ways. One of them was all covered up, like this is the 305 Christmas. So we went to Bronte Beach. Fucking hell, I've ended up in the papers, haven't I? Just like that, like with reindeer ears and like that in the background, like I'm like a meerkat man, you know what I mean? Fuck that in my head. I've ended up fucking, so we've all went down to the Bondi. I've ended up cooking for like 15 of you, and 15 of you woke up, got you all little presents that we got, the 4 of us got each other's little presents, didn't I? Got you all like pictures from back home and that. And you've got me all clothes because you think, oh yeah, he's a bin man, him. So I was just like that, yeah, nice one. Hint, hint.
I'm sure Cal got your fucking boxies after the scene on Glittery fellas, like.
We couldn't bow boxes, yeah. Got stitched up from fucking thingy, didn't I? Oh, the 3 packs of boxies come glittered up so fuck. Just like, oh my God. Can't even bend the tinsel, like fucking. Yeah, that fucking, that party though, because what happened, obviously we cooked and then everyone was just going to the Bronte Beach, weren't we? Yeah. So as we went down to Bronte and that, everyone was down there, we were having this sick one, weren't we? Fucking. And then next thing you know, the plots just all like, oh no.
Just like they decided, like this is the
time. Yeah. They're like, oh, yeah, we let you have your fun. 2 hours, and then next thing you know, they're just like that.
Swarm.
Backpackers, causing COVID and that. Next thing you know, we're on the fucking big screen on the news and that, like fucking, it's like, fuck me, it's Christmas. What do you want us to do? Stay 1.5 metres away? Grow up. Rather get COVID. You know what I mean? Like fucking, it is crazy though, like, the way they done it, and then next thing you know, we were just like that. Like, it's not over this. Christmas is not finishing at 3 o'clock, you know what I mean? So I ended up just fucking going around, we all have, haven't we? Going around to all randomers. Like, fucking just like, oh, yeah, 305 of Oaken Street, get your jobs there now, get your taxis there now. We are there, right in the room. Fucking, so we've ended up going to fucking, back to ours. And then we've only brought like fucking 20 people back out, haven't we? Then next thing you know, fucking, we've ended up taking like all the tables and all that inside.
The kitchen was sick, really.
Yeah, like fucking, we opened like the windows and that, just like fucking.
Yeah, so our kitchen, we had like a big square kitchen and then we had like the back door going out to like our to the decking, and then after the decking was grass for the garden, but then we had these big windows that could open up side to side, so we had the decks inside but the speakers right by the window, so like people could be in the kitchen and across the garden as well, and that was the first time we done that as well, wasn't it? And then so we just started off, and it just started off people we know, like all from the farm and that, and then so our door was always open anyway, no matter what time it was, really.
Yeah, lad, fucking apart from Christmas Eve. I don't know, fucking Gary and Suku turn out like that. Hey, they're just being kicked out of fucking Seagans because of him. Hey, boys, I said, 365 days a year, you're welcome. Apart from today, so that's 364. We all say nothing. Oh, can I edit that one out? Yeah, like fucking, because ours is always going to be welcome and that, so next thing you know, obviously, like, you know, fucking, I'd like to be a good host, so next thing you know, like, people are just, oh yeah, can I invite me mate? Oh yeah, shan't. Can I invite me mate? Next thing you know, like, fucking, we've got a like, how many people are in there, like, fucking?
Fucking loads. Every time you went out, the door was just swinging open non-stop, and then, like, you'd hear people just speaking about the gaff, and I heard someone say, use gaffers this, and I was just like, man.
Yeah, it was just a free-for-all, like, fucking, you know what I mean?
Even after that, though, like, we've been different gaffs in, like, Australia, haven't we? Like, not in Sydney, and people have been coming up to us saying we were in yours.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you say Christmas, and it's like, oh, yeah, that might, yeah. The fuck are you? I'm not being funny right now, but no, we're in yours at Christmas. Like, fucking hell, you can come and say that. Like, fucking, I thought I was fucking St. Nicholas, you know what I mean? Fucking himself. I'll put the beef on, but fucking hell.
He's having a bit of black boots and a red suit,
That's it, lads.
And then eventually the police did come at like fucking 12.
Yeah, the plug come now, but even just before that, like, we've had that many randomers and all that coming in, like.
Even the garden, before you could even move in the garden.
I know, it was like a proper fezzy, wasn't it? Fucking, we had Johnny Millwood back to back on the EDM Rammers training. The old school Rammers. Johnny Millwood was taking me back to fucking 2009, like. Didn't even know you could DJ.
Needs a
Nobody else can say done some fucking job though, didn't he? Yeah, lad, fucking at one point, lad, I had these 3 birds in me room. And I was thinking, oh, who are you? And I was like, oh yeah, just give me a minute. Oh yeah, you cheeky bitch, give me a minute, this is my room. I want you to give me a fucking minute. I'm gonna invite him to my own party like that. Oh, sorry, how come? It's like, because you're in me fucking room. See you later, sayonara. But lad, yeah, it ended up fucking, we had a good one, like, but it ended up being like fucking, obviously we went there, like, fucking, obviously the plug come, didn't it? And then obviously, as I say, I'm the talker of the group, and I get stitched up all the time, but it weren't me who opened the door. Guess who it was? A fucking wild Suku and a wild gal. Didn't have a brain cell between them, didn't have a fucking word between them.
Came back in the
Kenny didn't have it, just like that. Yeah, just like, oh yeah. They're like that, it's Christmas. Just leave us alone. It's like, oh yeah, that's exactly what every busy wants to hear. Yeah. Oh yeah, fucking hell, forgot it was Christmas, that's why you're not. Yeah, cheers, knock it out, I'm not in. And then next thing you know, they've just ended up being like, oh yeah, do you want to just go there? Just like that.
How many people he said, didn't he?
What?
How many people?
Yeah, they summoned me up, and then fucking obviously I've got in there. And then I've just started chatting absolute shite as I normally do. I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm sorry about them too, mate. So and then I've started going and just like, yeah, there's only a few of us in there, and then
you know what made me laugh? Yeah, the fella was called Fletch, really.
Fletch.
You kept getting personal, and it was like, yeah, sorry about that, Fletch. Like, we do know everyone in here, Fletch, and I hope you're having a good Christmas and that, Fletch.
Sounds like our Fletch is loving it, like, but I was just like, sorry about that.
You know what he's... go on, carry on.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, Fletch, come on, brother. Like, we're only on here Christmas, there's not even that many of us and that, and then he's like, how many are actually higher than that? Fucking, we just... There's only about 10 of us. But, like, don't worry, we all work in construction, they all work in traffic control.
Yeah, because the COVID restrictions are already, so you could only have 10 people in
you can only have 5 lads. And I was just like, it doesn't matter, we all work together, it's like all boyfriend and girlfriend sort of thing. I've looked back behind me, there's been like a door, but with no door there, like, you know what I mean? Next thing you know, people are all nosy and fucking Norrises, like fucking, are popping their head up like that. Yeah, there's like about fucking 6 heads popping on there. I'm seeing a head on the couch and that. Next thing you know, he's like, being serious, how many is there? And he's like, only 10. Come on, Fletch, it's Christmas. Like, you can't be giving me no fans and that, like, fucking, because obviously it's just like a little fucking gathering, you know what I mean, Fletch, you don't want to be here as well and that, you know what I mean, absolutely blagging his head. And then next thing you know, he's just like, oh yeah, well, if you're going out, I won't give you no fans. So I've been like, right, okay, everyone out. Like, next thing you know, just being like fucking scuddies of people, hasn't it?
It was like when a clown pulls a thing out to sleep.
Yeah, it was like one of them clown cars, like fucking, our house must have looked like a 305, must have looked like a clown car. 10 people, no danger. Next thing you know, everyone's walking, I was just hearing him on this little speaker thing going, there's more than 10.
There's 5 times the amount.
Yeah.
6 times.
Yeah,
7 times the amount.
He was going like, he was going like, there's 20. There's over 50. And then next thing you know, I was like, it's in triple digits. I'm like that. Man, Fletch, you said that you weren't going to give me a fan. You can't go back on your word on Christmas, can you? ended up having him like fucking, he was just like, oh, I can't, and that fucking... A load of people done the backs, didn't we? A load of birds done the backs as well. God knows why.
You know what the funny thing was? The back door was broke, lad, because it just opened.
It's great though, but the worst part about it as well, lad, fucking, like 3 weeks later, lad, we've been half quiet after Christmas, because you know what I mean? Red hot, innit? So, but like, McGregor's for Poirier. Next thing you know, like fucking...
I was going to bring up before.
Yeah. So we've been in there, because obviously we had the decking and that, we had load of chairs. So we went in there, lad, and fucking we just went, yeah, Sam, we'll have a fucking barbecue and that, lad, won't we?
Put the telly outside, didn't we?
Yeah, put the telly outside, lad, got a load of chairs in the deck and it was nice. And then next thing you know, like fucking, the other boys fucking went round to the shops, didn't he? And like this shit needs a fucking free for all, innit? And you can take whatever you want, and literally, but nah, lad, fucking, next thing you know, lad, fucking hell, the butcher's got absolutely raided. Yeah, you see my man.
Tomahawk steak for 3 weeks, mate.
Yeah. Boys come round with fucking tomahawk, 2 tomahawks, fucking eye fillets and all that, fucking fill the bags, and you're just like, wow, fuck me. How much scrap between the 4 of them, lad, fuck me. Got about fucking 7 tons worth of scanning that. I bought burgers and sausage that no one even looked at them. Halloumi and steak butties like for days, lad. Fucking weeks with that tomahawk, that fucking hell, like a big Viking berserker, lad, fucking grabbing around the bone. I was like, wow, I've got you for the rest of my life. Ended up getting rowdy in there, lad, didn't we? And then next thing you know, like fucking Fletch come back to the house, lad. Fletch turned up back to the house, lad, and he's like, oh, had a noise complaint. It's like, oh, Fletch, how have you been, lad? Did you have a good Christmas and that? Started chatting absolute shite to him again. He was like, yeah, noise complaints, it's still restrictions. I was like, yes, Fletch, but we've only got a few of us here, lad. Obviously, like, we still work together. It's the same lot and that. And he's just like, no, I'm being serious. No, it's like, so am I. Like, obviously you're talking to me and that. Like, next thing you know, lad, fucking, obviously with it all, lad, fucking, we've been there and we've been happy about it. Like, fucking, he's chatting shite to us, we're chatting shite to him, and then he's been like half. Because obviously Fletcher's not about busy, like, fucking, like Darren Fletcher and United, like, fucking, even though United are horrible, like, fucking, Darren Fletcher's alright, isn't he? You know what I mean? Like, fucking, Darren Fletcher's actually a fucking...
That's what you say about Clough, innit?
Yeah, he's a cunt, Nah, yeah, but like, fucking, obviously, with the Fletcher lad, fucking, he was just having it, he was just like, ah, it's like that, and then next thing you know, he's just like, you're right, if you get out now, I won't find you, so it's just like, oh, fucking hell, and I thought I blended this one, so I've been like, yeah, everyone get out again, and that, next thing you know, we've looked at our telly, haven't we? It's, there. Our telly's not normally looking like that, because obviously I'm a man who knows how to break a telly, like...
Liverpool was about to play that, so I was about to sit down and watch Liverpool.
I know, fucking... someone fucking broke our telly, didn't he?
Put a hole in the wall.
Put a hole in the wall as well, yeah. Fuck me, lad. It's great that time.
I remember... you, as Fletcher was going, you were like, you know what, Fletcher won't happen again. As he was walking away, he just went, yeah, you said that last time.
Yeah, that's it, lad, fucking. Nah, the Fletcher was alright, but like, it was funny in that 305 gaff, lad, the fucking, remember them pictures that I made? Yeah. So I made these pictures, right, so when we were moving in and that, I was just like, right, son, you started doing Muay Thai with fucking Gal, didn't you? Yeah, so fucking obviously, he was doing Muay Thai with Gal, and then fucking next thing you know, I was obviously doing fucking absolutely getting on it. Charlie was perhaps doing the same as well. But like, yeah, fucking, obviously with all that, I was like, yeah, I was going to get a big picture frame for like all of us, just, because we done that Sydney Harbour Bridge walk, didn't we?
Sick that, really.
Yeah, it was fucking unbelievable, like fucking this, when the city nights like that. But and then next thing you know, like fucking obviously, with all that, like fucking, I've ended up thinking, you know, obviously, we got to have something sick for the gaff, you know what I mean? Like fucking standard in it. So I've looked at it, lad, and went, yeah, I know what to do. I started editing these pictures here, and you'll probably see a bar around there, like that, fucking, next thing you know, I've had all these canvases ordered, 4 canvases, weren't it?
Yeah.
And the fucking, lad, it's fucking great. One of them, yeah, there's one of them, me, as Tim Cahill, fucking punching the flag and that. Next thing you know, the other one was fucking him and Gal. him and Gal was fucking Bruce Lee and fucking Jackie Chan in that film like that. Who tied up to the nines. The next one was fucking...
It was that thing off...
Daddy Daycare. Yeah. Joe, the carrots. I love carrots.
What was it?
What was that carrots? Yeah, carrots and broccoli. Yeah. But the worst part about it, I was the fucking carrots and he was the broccoli lad. Fucking Charlie. But next thing you know, oh lad, it was fucking hilarious. And then I had one in the fridge. What was the one in the fridge then?
It was you with Steve He's spending time, but it's got like a fucking bottle of VB.
So do you know when Steve Irwin's like iconic pictures with the croc just like, oh wow, you know what I mean? Where he is. I've cut my face on Steve Irwin's, and instead of fucking the crocodile, I've just put a fucking 6-pack of VB in there anyway. Oh yeah, fucking VB is fucking amazing, can. That was just on there, lad. It was fucking hilarious.
Comedy gold.
Yeah, lad, fucking hell, lad. We had a fucking scream in that 305, lad, but...
It wasn't just Sydney we had the scream though, was it?
Ah, lad, because next stop, where does the next stop, lad?
Jervis Bay.
No, lad, fuck me, lad, yeah. Jervis Bay, what a fucking gaff that was, lad. Nah, I had some time in that Jervis Bay, mate.
Oh, that's sick. That was the most I've ever laughed in my life.
Yeah, like, because the reason why, first time I'm fucking mushrooms, first time I'm mushrooms, so right, we were going down to the Jervis Bay. There's been like this hippie gaff there. No, not hippie gaff. We had like a little theme, do you know what I mean? With all the farm lot. Next thing you know, we went on to fucking Jervis Bay. We rented out a thing. Jervis Bay's a part of like Harms Beach, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like the whiter sand in fucking Australia. Apparently the sand gets shipped to fucking Hawaii. It's that fucking white, you know what I mean? Honolulu, like that, grass skirts. Yeah. We've been on the sands, but we haven't been on the beaches, baby. So we went there, and then obviously we've had like a little night where fucking obviously we dressed up as a hippies theme, like 60s theme, weren't it?
60s, weren't it?
Yeah, so next thing you know, we before 4 scousers there, fucking hell. As if we're not going dressed as the Beatles there, lad.
Not just any normal Beatles, it was Sgt. Pepper's Lonely
Hearts. Yeah, Sgt. Pepper's, that's how you get dressed up as the Beatles, though. You're a fraud if you go in any other outfit. We went there, like, but no one's knew that we've dressed up. It's like, we've got a few afros and that, you know what I mean, funky shirts, but that's about it. Next thing you know, lad, we've turned up. Everyone was there, we've just like, yeah, outfits on now. It's like that, what does it say? Yeah. Shake it on, baby, now.
Shake it up, baby.
That twist and shout, twist and shout. You know you got me going now, like you knew that you would. We've all been there, like fucking having a go, you know what I mean?
We got the words right though, and we did too.
Doesn't matter, I get to the end of it, say two. Nah, but it was fucking great though, wasn't it? We've ended up being in there, like fucking. Obviously, fucking, we been rowdy in there, like all the ones from the farm, like half rowdy as well. Like we had a decent little click there. Next thing you know, we've on there. Obviously, we're on the mushrooms and that, me and him.
Only two, weren't we?
Yeah, only two. And it's like, oh yeah, we'll save the mushrooms for tomorrow. I'm just like, Stevo, that was the best time to take it. Yeah. We haven't got no one else trying to wake us out, you know what I mean? They were all on the caps and that, like fucking me and him were just like, yes, Sam, mushies. This is the death, because I love the mushies. That fucking makes everyone happy, you know what I mean? So that's perfect for me. Like that, so next thing you know, I'm just like, yeah, Steve, I'm full of them. Get down, you grit, they taste fucking like shite. Yeah, tastes like shite, lad. Next thing you know, like, because everyone else is on like the Mandy and the caps and that, like fucking, everyone else is just like, face turning inside out and that. Me and him, I'm going to Stevo, look at this jaw there.
And I just couldn't stop laughing. Yeah, like, people would try and have a normal conversation with me and I just have tears coming down my face. Just laugh in the face.
Yeah, lad, 100%. Lad, people's jaws are like fucking doing the 360, lad, around the head. They're fucking really just looking at them and, is that me or is that them or is that jaw? That jaw's going mad, dude. Oh, like, it was fucking great, that fucking winning. Yeah, that fucking, but like after that, lad, me, you and Matt, because obviously, lad, we had to get away from them. Because obviously sometimes when you're on the mushies, lad, you're just like, oh, fucking hell, give me a five, yeah.
We've ended to grab more than me.
Yeah, nah, but not even that, we've come to grab more. We've ended up going to the room, Matt Day's just come in. For some reason, Matt Day's investigating my bag in there.
It wasn't even your bed, it wasn't your bag, it was your bed. So your bed's being perfectly made, and then, because you haven't been in it yet, and then the pillow's still normal, and then he's just reaching around the bed, and he feels something under the pillow, and he's like, what the fuck's this? And I don't know what it is, it's my room as well, I don't know what it is, thinking, what's this here? And then next minute he's pulled out a snorkel.
Beaver, what are you doing with that?
There's only one man who could have brought a snorkel without anyone knowing, right? And that was Beaver.
Yeah, he just went, Beaver, what are you doing with that? He just went, I don't know, my mum must have put that for me. From that, like, I just did stitches at me.
Bear in mind, you've got this fucking Beatles suit on. You're sweating with your fucking, your wig's on sideways, you've got skip on one side, you've got a proper Karen. Your eyes are massive and you got mushies all in your mouth. You just take around with, my mum must have packed it for me. I've got tears coming down my face. I literally couldn't breathe. My chest was killing.
Oh, that was fucking great, man. Nah, lad, fucking. Lad. After that, though, lad, we've done some experience, didn't we? We went to the. After Sydney, we went to fucking Adelaide, to the Port Lincoln it is. And like fucking, we booked on the Shark Tank there for Charlie's birthday.
Probably the best thing I've ever done there.
Yeah, because Chris Helmsworth's only seen like I was watching that Shark Attack in fucking Shark Beach or something. That Chris Helmsworth. He's only seen a 3 metre fucking great bike, lad. Hey, we've seen fucking 5 metre ones and a 4 metre fucking female. Chris, you might be an ambassador to that, but you need to sort your head out. Chris Hemsworth.
It was horrible. It was horrible at first though, weren't it? Because
it was fucking freezing, lad.
And then when we went in, so like we were in a big group, and obviously only 80 you can fit in the cage when you go down.
Yeah.
So like we all got put in a group together, obviously, and we were the first down there. And you're just looking around, you can just see water and great fish everywhere, and we were there for about 45 minutes when we were in the water, and then
freezing, weren't it?
Fucking cold as fuck.
Nah, but the worst part about it though, lad, fucking on this time, we've been in there for like half an hour or something, and then we're just like this army. Like fucking me, they haven't seen a shark for like fucking
20 days waiting to get in.
Yeah, no, but they haven't seen a shark for like 20 days before it. We've all been sending it to you. Like Joe, like that fossil, just like yeah, we are definitely gonna see a shark. Back in my head, just thinking, oh my god, we're never gonna see a shark.
I wouldn't let anyone say that we wasn't.
No, we believed it, but also fucking. Definitely didn't believe it. Where the fuck are you pulling Luco Sports from anyway?
There's only a shot
by the way. What is the
I haven't had to Lucas A Sport in over 2.5 years since I was back home, and then I've walked in this random shop by ours the other day and there's Lucas A Sport.
Fuck off, you don't appreciate how much good juice I got it.
The drinks over here are terrible, like, they're just living off Powerade and Gatorade, aren't you?
Yeah, oh shite in it. Fucking hell. How much is it took a fucking Lucas A Sports to take me away from a 5 metre great bite? That's how much it's been missed. Nah, but when we were there though, like fucking, obviously we were in there, lad, it was just like a fucking, we were in there for like 40 minutes, we were like, oh, he's gonna shout us out in a minute. Yeah. In there for 40 minutes, Adelaide, March, fuck me, about fucking, what was it, fucking 15 degrees, and which, that's not 15 degrees back home, 15 degrees.
Like
this is, yeah, this is like fucking, like fucking -2 degrees back home, jumping in the Mersey, you know what I mean? Like fucking, that's what type of fucking thing you are, and then next thing you know, you're just like, whoa, oh my god, it's hit me there, we're definitely not seeing a great white. As soon as we jump out, the next group, they jump in, and next thing you know, they're like, oh, it's shark! And like, oh, yeah.
30 seconds later.
Yeah, shark! And just like, oh my god, they're out there lying there. All I hope there's a hole in the fucking cage.
And then next minute there was about like 3 sharks where they going around the boat and we're stood on the boat like what's going on here. There was still 2 other groups to get in before us, and then like luckily, to be fair, they were quite good with that. As soon as people seen sharks and other people did, they just got them out straight away and got us in.
I know that Calypso boat.
Calypso in it, yeah. And then but then when we got back in, we still didn't see one for a while, did we?
No, it's a fucking stitch up, isn't it?
It's like an awkward feeling when you see one as well, because you're trying to like tell your mates that there's one over there, but you can't scream, so you're waving your arms and like pointing at it, and then eventually we all seen the same one and we're all just like
there's some feeling
celebrating in the cage.
My father has been like that. It was great though, weren't it though, because we had
getting right up to the cage, like
5 metres, one of them.
Like after it, like fucking hell, just seen a shark, like a few sharks there.
It wasn't even like a shark though, like great whites, like they're like the fucking, apart from orca whales, they're the apex predator, like you know what I mean, like fucking, a 5 metre one as well. Like I was saying to all these, man, these were flapping it before they were going, and I was just like, right, I can't wait to see one of these sharks. I'm going to start punching myself in the nose just so they go fucking sick when I jump in. And then all these like, nah, don't be doing that before they're like shaking that.
I definitely wasn't saying that. Like, maybe
put on the front because he's on the mic.
No.
It's fucking... But like when we were in there, like I was just like, yeah, I always see a fucking sea lion fucking getting munched here by a great white. And then the next day we went on done the night the great whites. I mean, we went on the sea lions, didn't we?
Yeah, sick.
Like, fucking, and we're like, fuck these great whites, these fucking sea lions are sick. Like, you know what I mean? Like, fucking, we're just like, what? The dogs of the sea, like, these are the boys, you know what I mean? Oh, them sea lions, though. Fuck me. Like, Joe, when you think about it, when you're actually in there, and, like, you're swimming with them, and then next thing you know, they're doing all acrobatics, because at first they're quite shy. Like, you know what I mean? Then you just start... like, then the next thing you know, you start doing all madness with your arms, start spinning in the water. Next thing you know, lad, it's like fucking circle of circle, lad, fucking... All these fucking mad little fucking dog little motherfuckers under the water. Doing all madness, like, but, like, I love the fact that, like, they're like cartoons, aren't they? Like, fucking... When they're outside the water, like, waddling over. Yeah. Reminds me of fucking Bomb.
Well, now it's time to get out.
Yeah, like fucking, so obviously with the fact of the matter is like fucking just like that. Like I was so happy to see them get a white though, because obviously 20 days.
Lifetime,
yeah, 20 days and not seeing them as well, and then fucking obviously thinking, oh my god, 20 tours, not seeing them, and then we seen 2 or 3.
2 or 3, really, yeah. we were even lucky because when we were sat on top, I was just videoing the water, and then next minute one jumps out the water and everything.
Ah, lad, yeah, fucking hell. I remember coming out of there, and then you just like, we're gutted the way we're not used, talking to me and Charlie.
You went in for like the 3rd time, didn't you?
Yeah, fucking freezing me tits off. Yeah, and then he was just saying, I'm gutted the way I'm used, and like obviously when you get in there, you get one of these like snorkeling masks, and then like fucking one of these weighted vests, and then we were just like that fucking, why what? And it was like, the shark come close there a few times, like fucking didn't you see them? And he was like, no. It was me and Charlie were in there, lad, fucking just brand new, got the new GoPro. Recording each other, pretending to be fucking Superman. Just say, oh yeah, we a little bit fucked that one up, didn't we? Yeah, lad, but it was fucking some experience. So after there, though, you went to Diamond, didn't you? Fucking
didn't know what to expect up there, and then ended up being the sickest gaff ever.
Yeah, I know, that's what I mean. No, that fucking 35 degrees every day, like fucking, not, you know, because that's what I thought Australia was all about, like fucking, not these fucking cold climates down here, lad, fucking freezing your tits off, and you're just thinking, fuck me, I didn't even know it rained over here, never mind that. Darwin temperatures, the temperatures like that.
I can't remember it raining in Darwin until like the end when it was coming into it.
Oh no, fucking hell. That's what I mean, it's like one of the, yeah, it's great though, because you got like the mixture of like bush stuff, so like fucking, and plus the fact that you get like you sort of family out there, like fucking, you know what I mean, because you get like a close-knit group.
Because the hostels are so close together, like we tried for the gaff again, and then there was like 30 people going for the viewing at a time, so you just know there's no chance. And then in the end, we just ended up in the youth shack, and then and obviously Mum's is over the road, so that's full of backpackers, youth shack full of backpackers, and Darwin's only Mitchell Street by itself anyway, so everyone's just drinking in the same places in both the hostels, then you just get to meet more people than you've ever met in your life anywhere else.
That's what I mean, like fucking, but that's the closest place in Australia that I've been to Beaver, just because the simple factor of like you're meeting people who you're going to get close to. You get your family and that there, like fucking, you know what I mean, where it's like Sydney and that, it's just like very fucking...
It's more normal life than like Sydney and that.
I know, fuck normal life. I've never been normal in my life, so I don't want a normal life, do I?
Darwin was sick though, like even in the shack, like I remember dreading it, staying in a hostel for that long, ended up in the youth shack for 7 months.
I know, that's what I mean, lad, fucking
it was me, Gal and Charlie in the room, so there was always like a spare bed in there, and then so we just had randomers all the time. Next minute, this fucking 6'5" brummy comes in our room with this mad moustache.
His hero, isn't he?
This fella here. And then fucking turns out he's actually sound as fuck.
That's what I mean, fucking, like he was living in your gaff, and then I was on the pair boats with night, Big Al. Yeah. Big shout out for Big Al, fucking, he's a hero. Though, we were just like that. I was on the pair boats, and then I FaceTime just, didn't I? And then I was speaking to you, and he was like, just got this big massive brummy moved jacket to me room.
His feet didn't even stick in it. Yeah. Stick out the bed.
And obviously he's looking down. He's looking down, and Gal's at the bottom bunk just thinking load of space. Should chop his bed and mattress up and fucking tie it onto my hand. And you just like that, what, you met what, who's this big massive brummy fucking moustache? He's like, it's not Big Al, is it? He's like, I met him in the bush, so fucking pretty, yeah. But he was like, fuck me, lad, if you're living with him, lad, he's a fucking touched the number there.
Lucky lad.
Yeah, fucking 100%, man. What about fucking, when we went down to fucking Broome on the west coast, and that stargazing, you were loving it in there, lad. It was just good that I was still up on it,
You were snorting that, thinking of
that. That's what I mean, too much information, lad.
Information overload, wasn't it? But it was mad because you'd never seen stars like that before.
Oh, lad, them telescopes are fuck me, lad.
To actually have someone who, like that Greg Quicker's name was, who's actually a scientist, he's been on BBC and that, to actually know someone who, he was just pointing out stars and then just telling the stories about them, and then just putting all mad things out, wasn't he? So it was just something that you'd never ever do it again.
Experience, like fucking, because obviously he was telling you all about the stars and that, and I didn't have a fucking clue. Like, I was still there, tipping my box, I'm just like, fucking now. That information overload, my eyeballs are doing backflips here. All I'm seeing is letters, numbers and stars in the fucking back of my head.
Well, one of his telescopes, what's that? Is it Saturn with the rings around?
Oh yeah, lad, we've seen Saturn.
The rings around Saturn, didn't it?
Yeah, no, we've seen Saturn, Mars Jupiter. And Jupiter. That's fucking something. Like, even though it was a fucking one-ton soup to do, lad, fucking, like, at the end of the day, lads, just looking down them telescopes, lad, it was well worth it. Yeah. Just well worth it turning up on the acid, though. It's another thing, but stuff's take over my life, standard. I know, Perth life though, didn't you enjoy Perth? But...
I didn't really enjoy Perth. Obviously we spent like 4 weeks down the west coast, and that was like the sickest time of my life, like living in a camper that long.
Yeah.
That just like, that wasn't real life really at all. And then I just got to Perth, and then you're back in a hostel, you don't know how long you're going to be in a place. And then I wanted to be in Melbourne over Christmas anyway, because the Ashes was on Boxing Day, and then I knew the tennis was going to be on in January, so I wanted to get there.
Sorry, sports. Nah, it'd be sick while you're over here though, because they all fucking love it, don't they?
Just going to see something while it's here, and then and then as I got to Perth, like, I obviously spent all my money on the west coast, so I had no choice but to stay there. But it was like,
got on the Moxies though, didn't you?
Yeah, in the end, got a black ticket and then ended up driving these massive dump truck things.
So experienced that though, innit?
Absolutely blacked it for fucking 2 swings. Yeah. Saved a bit of dough, and then got off. But with Perth, it was just like they put a city in like a place that a city shouldn't really be, because it was like you walk through the city, it was all just like horrible like smackheads and that way, and it's just like
it's my most places in the fucking Australia. All of them love the ice.
Yeah, but like there's nothing too Perth really apart like in the city. So
I think that we just stayed too much in the city though.
Yeah, it wouldn't be sound like Fremantle or Scarborough, but
that's what I mean. No, we were just fucking. But like that's what I mean. Like fucking with Perth, I think Perth's like unbelievable if you live in FIFO life, because at the end of the day, in FIFO life, like fucking, you're starved at like fucking that being able, like even getting a little takeaway there, takeaway that. Even though you get your food and accommodation paid for, you just like that. You just like, oh my god, I love a little pint in the fucking Belgian beer cafe. You know what I mean? Little dirty Nelly's number, fucking. Ooh, none of these fucking.
So anyone back home, FIFO is like fly in, fly out. You literally fly to a gaff in the middle of nowhere, work for 2 weeks, don't you? Or 3 weeks, and then non-stop, no days off, and then you fly back for your week off.
Get paid big cash money then, and then man's, let me tell you.
And then it's just, you're just living like a robot for them few weeks, aren't you?
You are, but like fucking you've got gyms, fucking all like the healthy food and that you want there, like, so it is a good time to save up dough.
You either like it or you don't.
Really. But if you're someone like me, like fucking, I need a job like that to stay away from everything, just because I'm easily persuaded. And like normally it's just me talking to myself in the mirror, asking myself for a pint. Oh yeah, who can I corrupt today? Smithers.
So in the end, like, because I just didn't enjoy Perth, and then as I was saying at the start, I didn't really think I'd move anywhere, but for the first time ever I just got a flight and then went to Melbourne, and then this is the first time I'm seeing you since, isn't it?
I know, fucking hell.
But yeah, I think I'm sick of living out my suitcase now, so I think that this could be me for a while, and then obviously Formula One's coming up. Back home for Glasgow.
Oh, I'll be with you.
So that's me for the next few months, I think.
One last question for you, Stevo. Where's the best place that you'd actually love to go as like a dream destination to settle down?
Oh, not to settle down. I'm dying to go to the South America's next on the list.
South America? Yeah, same. Little Latinos. Tequila.
100% South America's next on the list. I don't know when it's going to be, but it's happening.
Cheers with the Luco Sports. Thank you very much, Stevo. Stevo, can have your social medias, and I'll be right there.
No.
What? No, just fucking tell me your fucking name. My
Instagram's just my name, just Jordan Stevenson. Jordan with an E, obviously.
Nah, that's not just Jordan Stevenson. Not a Jordan Stevenson.
Jordan Stevenson. Jordan with an E standard.
I'd like to say thank you very much, Dad.
Thank you,
I appreciate it. And there's another episode of Beaver Talks. I hope you love tuning in. Like and subscribe. You know the dance baggy pants. Follow me. You know the score, because that's the Bobby Moore. See you later.